Hello? Can you guys hear me alright? I think it's working. Alrighty. Okay, so first, hello. First, I'm gonna be replaying FNAF 1 and 2 Rewritten, and there's some differences with the version I have than the one that's released. There are little design changes here and there and stuff that I'm still working out. So they're not like full releases yet. So I guess this is some cool preview before it releases, even though it's like nothing but like whatever. Okay, so I'll just play it and talk about what I did to make it, and then you guys can ask questions and I'll answer them. New game. This is just the FNAF 1 newspaper clipping, but I replaced the image. There's no reason to change it. Also, the endless Foxy bug in the Golden Freddy Night is fixed on this version, so that's coming soon. Actually, I'm gonna mute the audio for a bit, so there's not two of me talking at the same time. But, Night 1, is there anything specific to Night 1 to talk about? Well, there's this guy for some reason on like every playthrough I watch. Oh, there goes the carousel. But everyone got the parts and service guy on Night 1, which he's supposed to be rare. I'm not even getting him. Okay, whatever. The book. So the book was something I had like I had thought of before. Like before the Rewritten series was gonna just be a remake. Originally I was gonna make this game was gonna be a free roam game that was gonna be similar to the book series, like how in Silver Eyes, like there would be similar scenes in the game that there were in the book, like when Charlie's trapped in the stall and like Bonnie's banging on the door and stuff like that. So it would be like you'd go around, like the place would be closed and you're breaking in to try to like get stuff. There were like several iterations of me trying to make it a free roam game, but ultimately FNAF 1 isn't really doesn't really fit as a free roam game. So I figured I could the book was always part of the story. The crying child was supposed to be guiding you through the whole thing through the book. So that's like one of the main things that survived. And the models of the characters are the same ones that I used during that iteration of the game as well. So these are pretty old. Like the models of the characters, the retextured versions I have been around since before the game itself. So that's cool. Meet us tomorrow night. I think phone guy stopped talking, so I can unmute this now. Oh. Oh yeah, and there's like all the secret missing posters, and you could point all those out. lot is happening. Oh. I've got enough battery, I'll just keep the light on, because there's an actual animation for when he leaves. Yeah, there he goes. Oh. She also has an animation. Yeah. Yay. What made me want to rewrite FNAF 1 through 6? Well, when Security Breach was like coming out and people were like first like starting to make lore theories, I was like, this kind of sucks. I was like and like looking back at the whole yay. And looking back at the whole like series, it's like there's a lot of things that don't match up with each other. You can tell Scott changed his mind like at several points and like went back to try to change things and it didn't go well and stuff. So I was like, let's just like plan out the whole story from beginning to end and then remake the games from there. That way it's like with a full roadmap, there's not as much inconsistencies in the story. And then on top of that, I wanted it to be grounded in the haunted pizzeria vibe. And when Sister Location was introduced, it kind of moved the series away from that. Now we had sci-fi elements, right? And now it was like, are these ghosts or are these like just really smart robots? So, and then there was all the illusion disc stuff, and then robot children, and then Michael getting scooped and being worn like a puppet. Like it just completely changed, like from just like a spooky ghost game to like crazy sci-fi tech stuff. So I wanted to but I loved the sixth game, so I didn't want to just end the like at first it was like maybe just like end it with the third game like the original plan was, but I love the ending of the sixth game. So I was like, okay, I'll remake Sister Location to not introduce all those sci-fi things. And then FNAF 6 will have like that I'm happy like I'm hoping I actually get around to doing that, because there's a lot of like expectations I want to subvert with that, because like FNAF 6 was cool because no one was expecting it to be FNAF 6. It was like, you know, the mini game, and then Scrap Baby shows up. I want to have a similar moment where it's like people are expecting this to happen and then it doesn't happen, which I already kind of have planned out. So hopefully that'll be cool. It won't be as big as the FNAF 6 thing, but it'll be cool. All right, let's play the second night. No. Mute the audio again. I should have been talking about that while the phone call was going. Now we're just gonna wait. Yeah, those title predictions are pretty much correct. I think I even said control in the comic section or comment section of Game Jolt post, and that's because the way ghosts work in Rewritten compared to normal FNAF is a bit different. Um, so there's hints and stuff about all that in FNAF 1 and 2 Rewritten already, and there will be a bit more in the third and fourth games. but I want the fifth game to really like the what you'll learn in the fifth game will make FNAF 2 make a lot more sense and stuff like that. So that's why I'm thinking about calling it Control, because it's all about, like, I don't know. I can't really think of a better name either. It might just be Sister Location, like just FNAF Rewritten Sister Location. Oh yeah, Foxy comes active tonight. Yeah, the Crying Child and Cassidy are both in Golden Freddy in this game. And they both talk to the book. The yellow text is Cassidy, and the white text is the Crying Child. Yeah, like, Sister Location really just completely changed the direction of the series, which is, like, fine. Like, if Scott wanted to do sci-fi stuff, then I guess he could do sci-fi stuff. And people would probably be upset either way if you made a new game that wasn't Five Nights at Freddy's. So I get why it was made. But, like, just all the stuff it introduced and caused the mass questioning of the lore we already thought of, and I really don't like William Afton being this genius engineer. It, like, doesn't make sense with the kind of character it was building up before. Even, like, there wasn't much of a character there before either way, but it felt so, like completely different than everything else that came before. So, like he's all of a sudden a super genius robot guy now. Illusion discs are a thing, because it was like sure, those were never directly brought up in the game, but the book's whole thing is that it gives you clues to solve the story in the game, and then those clues, along with some visuals and sister locations, really made it seem like that the illusion discs are part of the game's story, which then makes people question FNAF 4 and all. Like, it just caused a lot of stuff. And then Michael getting his insides scooped out and then Ennard wearing him as a suit was such, like, what? like that's like a cool concept, but like it felt so out of place for the series. Okay, so the notes here. I can unmute now, I think. Yeah, there we go. So this is talking about how, like, I guess this is a bit of a lore dump, but I'm not too big on, like, keeping the lore super hidden. But the FNAF 1 animatronics are rebuilt versions of the Withered animatronics. So when the book says they told me about you from before, that's the other animatronics telling Golden Freddy about how they saw you on the 6th night of FNAF Rewritten 87. But they think you're William, and of course Cassidy knows you aren't, but the Crying Child told Cassidy what you did, the bite of 83, and whatever, and the Crying Child wants to forgive us. Cassidy doesn't think he should. I'm not sure about the Funtimes voices. I really like Funtime Freddy's voice. I think if I can keep it in the way where it's like pre-recorded messages being replayed in a distorted way instead of him actually talking to you, I think that works better. I'm not sure about Ballora and Baby. It's hard because I want Baby to have different dialogue, right? So it's not like I can get Baby's voice actor. Yeah, so like I might do, like, I don't know if you guys know, but the like weird glitchy voice that the puppet has in FNAF Rewritten 87, I might do something like that for Baby, because it's, like, I guess kind of established how ghosts talk in this series. So I might do that for her to do the new lines, but crying child starts to talk to us. This was originally, at first this game didn't have different phone calls. So I was like, how am I going to introduce Freddy's mechanic without re-recording the phone calls? Which ultimately I ended up re-recording the phone calls anyway. But my workaround at the time was to have the crying child explain it to you by him wanting to help you, just like the original story when these were free roam games, where it's like you'd be presented with a problem, there wouldn't really be a way for the player to fix it on their own, and then the crying child would be like, I know how, which is kind of lazy game design, but whatever. Yeah, the puppet is in Rewritten 87. It's just that's what you wind the music box for. So if you're always on top of your music box, you don't really ever see the puppet. But the puppet talks to you throughout night 6. And a lot of people think that it's Shadow Bonnie talking because they end up syncing up when Shadow Bonnie shows up and the voice lines play. So people think that it's the same character. But the voice lines are the puppet, and the glitchy Spring Bonnie effect is Shadow Bonnie. They're not the Shadow Bonnie doesn't talk, so it's not like the same. The glitchy voice is the puppet. Yeah, I think you must have just been really good at winding the music box, I guess. Am I still talking? Nope. Okay. Yeah, so this map is supposed to show that, like, all the positions Freddy can show up in. So, like, you know where to look. But it's so noisy that it's kind of not clear that that's the case. And then all the lines are supposed to be like, look it doesn't matter where he is, he can go anywhere from any point. But I don't think I did a good job with that. Freddy's at my door already. Was he at my door? Yeah, he must have been, right? I don't see him anywhere. He sounded right next to me. Gotta wait for him to laugh again. We're trapped in a room no one knows about, which is like the safe room. My mic a bit? It's actually at max volume. Maybe that's a bit better? Maybe I just try to talk louder. Oh, Freddy has not been there, okay. Oh. There he is. I'm actually running low on power, that's not good. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think he's at my door, he's still sounding pretty decent distance away. There he is, yeah. Foxy. Okay, I should be fine. Yeah, if you guys want, I could lower the game volume and then you guys can just like turn up your device volume. I probably won't die. At least not in this game. Oh, Z. Yeah. Talk to me on Friday, which I think this, I shouldn't have attached this to a time because I ended up changing it to he talks to you right at the start of of Friday, which doesn't make sense because he marked 1 a.m. and he starts talking at 12 a.m. So that's a mistake, but I didn't see anyone notice it, so whatever. Fetty. Yeah, and at one point the game was supposed to be VR, So like that's why the reason why the head is so much high quality, so much more high quality than the body, is because I was like, what part of the animatronic is the player gonna see the most in the VR game? And that was the head from what I was planning. So I had made the head more high quality than the body, which I guess still works with how it is now, because you kind of don't pay attention to their body as much as their head, especially in like jump scares and stuff. This is when Phone Guy dies, which I think I made way too long. The whole death sequence with Phone Guy. Made it to Thursday, almost done. Okay, I gotta stop unnecessarily flashing the lights. Oh. The chat's like really delayed for me. I think there's like a big delay between me actually doing stuff and it showing up on stream. So I'm like just getting the chat message about you being in the rental car now. So Remnant isn't really a thing in the Rewritten series, not in the same way as it is in the normal FNAF games. Um, each ghost, pretty much, can control other bodies like puppets. So it's not like they're like sharing a soul with them. It's just that thing isn't possessed at all. They're just being like puppeted by the thing that actually is possessed. So that's what the toy animatronics and withered animatronics are. The withered animatronics are the ones that are actually hand are the ones that are actually possessed. The toys are the ones that aren't, and they're just being puppeted. And that will become more and more important to the story, how that works as the games go on. There he is. And then this is talking about, like, you know, we caused the bite of 83 because we're Michael. So it's like, we're a bad person. I wonder if we did other bad things. He sounded far away. Yeah, there he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he did other bad things. Do you know what he did to me? So this is like, obviously with the little bunny scribble talking about Cassidy being killed by William. There he is. Is Charlie letting them control the toys? Well, Charlie doesn't have much control over the withered animatronics. She just gave them life. Oh, okay. I think Freddy's at my door. They're just okay. So, actually, I'm gonna stop explaining because I still want there to be stuff explained in game in later entries about how ghosts work. So I don't want to just say everything out on stream. But Charlie doesn't have much control over what they can do. What is this? Did I break? Awesome, I broke the door. We just have to pray that Chica or Freddy never shows up now. That's not good. Yeah, if you guys couldn't tell, I'm not the best at programming. From all the bugs and stuff. So the others think you are him. If I know you aren't, but if you didn't do anything to stop him, what makes you any different? Okay, I might actually die now. Let's hope that the door is working technically, but is invisible. I think it's just the visual of the door that's broken. Yeah, it's just the visual. So I just have to rely on the lever to know if the door's open and closed. Okay. See, that's like Cassidy being like, I know you didn't kill anyone, but if you knew about people who were being killed, why didn't you stop them? Which, the reason why we didn't stop them is because we were like a child. But like, I don't think Cassidy cares about that. Alrighty, night 5. I'm not even gonna... I'm just gonna wait until we get the message in the... Or I think I'm just gonna go straight into the Golden Freddy night. She won't let me forgive you. 1983. So that's supposed to like open the safe room. And there... no, there should be... Like, it should look like the door's opening, revealing him in there. I guess not. Why did I decide to make them levers instead of buttons? Because buttons felt kind of like cartoony, I guess. Like it didn't feel like something that would realistically be there. Like just massive buttons, like they are huge. I guess if I were to have them, they would be like tinier buttons, like cylinder buttons that you would press. But I just liked the levers more. Personal preference. Well, in the way I'm rewriting the series, security breach would be impossible to exist. So, I don't even think about that. They'd probably look the same, given that, like, they probably would exist, but they wouldn't, the events of the game wouldn't happen. Also, it's kind of hard to notice, but Golden Freddy's design is a bit different in the version I have right now. I had watched a video on how spring locks actually work, so I modeled some small spring lock stuff and put it on his suit. And eventually I'm going to try to get around to putting those on the withered animatronics in 87 as well. So then there's like a visual way to tell if a suit is a spring lock suit or not, which could be cool for people putting together the lore. But when we go to extras, I can show you guys a better look at the spring locks. There he is. Yeah, this. Why is this closed? I forgot to open that. Yeah, it is a bit of a bummer that Freak Show got cancelled. Yeah, I'm a bit worried that like the way I'm making FNAF 3, Springtrap isn't as menacing, or like he's not like, he doesn't feel like the important villain that he should be. Like he's still, like, of course it's like not much less than actual FNAF 3, but like Springtrap's such a cool character. But in FNAF 6, in my FNAF 6, I'm not changing his design at all. I mean, I'm just gonna make him look more rundown, but I'm not making him Scraptrap. So Springtrap will still have time in the series to be a character outside of FNAF 3, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so what's happening here is that Cassidy thinks you're a bad person that doesn't deserve to be forgiven. So Cassidy can control Golden Freddy, which like it's kind of hinted towards at several parts of like the Notebook stuff and the cutscene at the end of this. Oh my god. My power's gonna run out. Hopefully I'm close enough. Oh yeah, the power outage. The spring locks are still floating there. Good thing I saw this so I could fix that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die. Damn. But, so, the crying child has no control over Golden Freddy. The crying child can only talk to you. The crying child can't even see through Golden Freddy. Um, just like the Stitch Wraith in the Fazbear Fright books. So Cassidy is doing all of the controlling, and Cassidy thinks you're a bad person. So Cassidy wants to kill you. The white text that you see floating around Golden Freddy is the crying child trying to help you survive. So like when Cassidy goes to attack you, the crying child will be like, look away, glowing eyes, like, you know, telling you how to avoid them because the crying child wants you to live. And Cassidy, the crying child, thought that by you setting them free, Cassidy would then be like, oh, okay, he's alright. But no, Cassidy's like, no, I'm not changing my mind, I'm stubborn. So that's why Golden Freddy's mean. There he is. What else is there in Rewritten 1 to talk about? How's development going on Missing Children? Well, I posted like a general progress update on Game Jolt the other day that might be more useful than whatever I can think of off the top of my head. I am going to show some progress after finishing the first 2 games. Hello. But it's still got a while to go. There's like not much progress done on the mini games and cutscenes. So, and that's gonna be a big part of the game. And I need to actually code a lot of stuff. Like there are lots of things where the visuals are done, but the code hasn't been started. So I have to actually do that, which I've been procrastinating because I don't like programming. It's hard. There he is. Yeah, I still got a while until it's done. The reason why FNAF Rewritten 87 was able to release so close after FNAF 1 Rewritten is because I started working on FNAF Rewritten 87 before FNAF 1. Because I had abandoned the Rewritten project back when it was like free roam and whatever, like a while ago, and then Juniors got popular, and so then I started watching stuff on Juniors, and I was like, oh man, FNAF 2 was awesome, and it would be cool to go back and make the Withered animatronics look like they're actually made of fabric. So I did that, and then like made half of the game, and then abandoned it, and then started working on FNAF 1 Rewritten. So after FNAF 1 Rewritten, when I went back to make FNAF Rewritten 87, it was already halfway done. So that's why it was able to come out so fast. FNAF Rewritten Missing Children is going to take a lot longer because I'm starting it from scratch. I'm not even using, like, at least with the first 2 games, they could share a lot of the code because of how similar they are. For FNAF Rewritten 87, I almost have to rewrite everything in terms of the code. So that's also going to take a bit longer. And on top of that, it's a bit like I'm doing this just for fun, you know? It's like I'm not really making any money off of this at all. That's how that works. So it's not like a huge, like if something else happens, like even just me getting disinterested will lead to me taking like week-long breaks from the project because it's just something I do for fun. And if I'm not having fun, then I probably won't do it for a bit. But then sometimes I'll just be super motivated and then like finish a huge chunk of the game in one night. Okay, I don't know where he is. I'm gonna close my door. Where are you? Oh, yay! The spring lock just floating there. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Couldn't do anything. I want to forgive you. Please don't forget me. So that's the crying child being like, you know, I couldn't do anything, but I still want to be set free, so make sure to come back for me. And that's what FNAF Rewritten Missing Children is going to be about. Yay! So let's head to extras. Boom. So yeah, the text is supposed to be crying child talking to you from inside of Golden Freddy, and then the actual actions Golden Freddy does is Cassidy controlling him. And then here we can kind of see the spring locks I put on the model. It's kind of hard to see in here, but they've got like they're all set into suit mode when they're all the way pulled out, and then if they're pushed in, they're in animatronic mode. So when I eventually put these on the wizards, none of them will be sticking out, they'll be pushed in because they're in animatronic mode. But Golden Freddy has no skeleton, so he's in suit mode. And here's all the lore. This, like, I tried to, in an update, separate them to make it a bit more obvious, but this newspaper comes out during the events of FNAF 1. This paper was released while we are working in the night shift, or like even like a week before, but this is a recent newspaper. These newspapers all came out before FNAF 2, so that's why I put just this ugly grime texture on them to try to show that they're a bit older, but I'm not sure if it was, like, if you look at the dates on them, it makes sense, but I was worried people wouldn't figure it out. Yeah, I think that's it for FNAF 1 Rewritten. Well, it will be, but it's gonna be the crying child that will help us do that. You'll see, it'll all come together, hopefully, in a good way. Like five children will be freed by the end of Missing Children, but not all 5 of them will be from the Missing Children incident. Okay. Gonna switch games now. Oh, that's not the right one. FNAF Rewritten 87 time. And I'm not gonna do night 7 on here. I don't think I could beat it. Charlie actually won't really be in the 3rd game with how the story's turning out. So I'm not sure if many people understood, but the end of night minigames, which I'll explain when we get there. But the end of night minigames in FNAF Rewritten 87 is, of course, taking place after FNAF Rewritten 87. It's taking place in the FNAF 1 location. So that whole sequence is the puppet reawakening the main cast after they were taken apart. Like the way that the animatronics were taken apart and rebuilt into the the new ones, and the puppet like reawoke them. And that's what that whole end of night cutscenes are, is the puppet reawakening them. And then the last one, she's like, I want to protect you, but I'm not going to be able to do that anymore. Because she's just out and about now, hiding in dumpsters and whatever. Alrighty. It's set up now. I also make a lot of spelling and grammar errors. Originally this said, Freddy Fazbear needs a someone to work the night shift. It's probably because there's a lot more in it. There's a lot more decorations everywhere, more characters, more code running at any given time. I'm also, I'm gonna mute that, but I'm also not very experienced in optimizing games. This is the FNAF 1 and 2 Rewritten are the first games I've even tried to optimize, because I usually don't think about that. I'm just making these for fun. And then they started to get popular and people weren't able to run it. I was like, okay, I feel bad. I should do that. So that's why I added the quality settings and tried to, like, for example, when I'm on the cameras, the office doesn't exist. So like, actually I might be able to show that. We're gonna be no clipping around. So this is the whole map. And so when we're not on our cameras, only these props are here, because this is all we see. The props in each of these rooms are taken out because we don't need to see them, so it would be causing lag and like performance issues. Not lag, but like performance issues if they were all active. So when if I go back into the game really quick and open this camera, now the office decorations are gone, and this camera's decorations are active. And then I can switch to this camera, and then now it's even the same with lights. The only lights that are active are the ones that you see. So like now only this camera has stuff active and like nothing else exists besides like the empty office with the lights, since these need to be always active. But yeah. Also, while we are looking at the map, I wanted to point out something that not many people noticed, which makes sense because it wasn't super obvious. And it's a bit hard because the map is not connected all the way, everything, because there's no reason to, because you only see it in cameras. But the FNAF 2 location is a like upgraded version of the building that the Withered animatronic location was in. And that's where the mini games are. So in the mini games, when you're giving cake to the children, it's in this area, the puppet box is in the corner, and Pirates Cove is over here. In the Foxy Go 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 minigame, you run from Pirates Cove into this room. And in the old location, the entrance is where the new stage is, and the old stage is where the new entrance is. And then, yeah, and then the back room used to be right here, which it probably still is. There's nowhere saying it's not. There's no camera that doesn't look there, so there's probably some room there, but the new back room is like here. So yeah, that's the cool cool little thingy.
But let's hope we don't even have to use it with our...
The child's face in the children faces. There's a couple of them that show up in Rewritten 87, and they're just the faces from the missing posters in the first game. So it's like the 5 missing children that are showing up. And then on the 7th night, it was kind of broken for a while, where only one of them would show up, making that one seem more important than the others. But that's just the kid, I think, in Foxy that just kept showing up. Do you plan on doing it? I might. But FNAF 3 or like the FNAF Rewritten Missing Children isn't super gameplay focused. I'm not sure if there would be a big appeal to making it just harder. A lot of that game is going to be you lore hunting to get the good ending. And then while you do that, you have to make sure you're surviving, but the gameplay itself is going to be a bit more calm because you need to be lore hunting at the same time. It would be messed up if the game was like as hard as this game, while you still have to be looking for stuff like lore. So if you take away the lore, the game is all of a sudden boring and easy. Which is what like a nightmare mode would be like. So I'll try it out, and then if it's fun, then I'll put it in. Oh. And a lot of the walk animations that you see um, are from FNAF AR, because making that many walk cycles is not something I want to spend that much time on. No, I'm not making it harder than this game. Will missing rewritten be set in nights, or no? It'll be all 5. It'll be 5 nights. Yeah. You're still a security guard. Each night will be different lore you have to figure out to get the good ending. I can unmute this now, I just realized. Where is Toy Freddy? He's there. Yeah, all the models are from FNAF VR and AR. I just retextured them in Substance Painter, which maybe I can show how that works in a little bit. Like, because a lot of people are like saying I did a really good job with the models and stuff, but what I did wasn't much. I was just playing around with settings and they ended up looking good. But it is the same software that Steel Wool used for their textures. So you could say that, like, I don't know, like if people like what I did more than Steel Wool, but I think Steel Wool's whole thing was to make them look like the original. So obviously they're not going to take advantage of all the cool settings in Substance Painter. Maybe for the animatronic heads. Why do the animatronics disappear so quickly with the Freddy mask versus they disappear? Um, they disappear slower as their difficulty goes up, so they take a long time to appear on later nights, or a long time to disappear on later nights. Which, like, if you watch someone try to beat night 7, they'll like stick around for so long. But because there's one of the faces. But because their difficulty is so low on these first few nights, it looks like they go. Yeah, it looks like they go away faster, like really fast. But that's only for the first few nights. Well, Springtrap model, yeah. So Springtrap's model, I got like a skeleton model online because Scott isn't really good at modeling humans. So I replaced some of the Springtrap like or purple guy guts with the skeleton. Um, so that's a bit more detailed. Like when he opens his mask, you'll see like teeth and whatever. Yeah, so this is supposed to be us being awakened by the puppet for the first time at the FNAF 1 location. Like Freddy's spirit could see the puppet back there. There's the carousel, and this is all set up exactly the same as it was on the cameras. There's the bathroom hallway. Yeah, and then also Springtrap's model, of course, was retextured, so he looks like he's made of fabric. There's more bloodstains. Yeah, I really like this title screen. That model back there, this is, that's actually supposed to be Mike's model, but because it's not like he has any defining features, I just used it as Jeremy in this. But I have a model for Mike that has no textures, just to use as a shadow in the final cutscene, as Mike leaves his house to go do night 6. But because it's not, it could be like any shadow, that's why I have it here. Why is Missing Children the most different out of all the games so far? It's like in total, like I think Sister Location will probably be the most different at the end of the day, but Missing Children is the most different now because, like I said earlier, these games were originally like I had free roaming in mind when I was thinking of these ideas, and FNAF 1 and 2 don't make good free roam games um, because of how many characters there are and whatever. So the the FNAF 3 works much better as a free roam game, and I have mechanics. You're not going to be free roaming the whole time. You'll be in your office most of the time, but you will leave your office for things in a way where it's not just like a like Springtrap doesn't even chase you. It's just if you end up in the same room as him, it's game over. So you have to prevent that using normal FNAF tactics. You have to like plan your routes and stuff. So that's just because FNAF 3 was easier to make free roam mechanics with than the other games, and I like free roam. So that's why FNAF 3 is different, just because it can be, and it's easier to. I assume you're going to see. Yes, I'm going to see the movie. I'm very excited for that. Jim Henson Creature Shop are amazing, and the like little teaser of Freddy literally looks like they ripped the model straight from the game, which of course is impossible because it's an actual physical puppet, which is insane. It's so cool. When Bonnie and Chica move their heads, are they making sure that Gabriel within Freddy? I think they're having the same experience that you are, where they're just looking around trying to figure out what's going on, and it just ends up looking creepy. They're not like it could be, it's whatever you want it to be, I guess. They're not really the ones that are possessing the withered animatronics in the FNAF 1 animatronics, like the main missing children, aren't really aware of what's going on. Like the puppet quote, the others are like animals, but I am very aware. So that's why they never like talk to you. And they're not really capable of like thinking too much, which like FNAF 4 will kind of show a bit of what it looks like from their point of view, like in reality, where like the little the end of night cutscenes aren't really accurate to what they see, right? They see like the reality is very different for them. It feels like they don't know they're dead, pretty much, or that they're animatronics. Yeah, that model plus yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the 3 picture deal. because Scott had always said oh, back when the movie was first being worked on, or like first announced, he said he would want to keep the movie, just the first 3 games, which is cool. So Springtrap is in the same room as he would sneakily slink, like what he did. So like, maybe it'll be easy to explain when I show the actual. When I finish this, I'll show you guys some of what I have for FNAF Rewritten Missing Children, and I have all the gameplay stuff turned off, so I'll just be walking around the map and showing you guys what it looks like, because that's like pretty spoiler free, and it's just cool to look at. Yeah, and the book used to be up here, but like I remember like Daco complained about it, and then like Fusion Z Gamer was like getting so upset about the notebook being there. They all complained that it was too close to the mask button, which like I put it in the center of the screen so it's not close to either button. If I moved it this way, it would be in the way of the camera button. But so I guess moving it down here made it better, so you don't accidentally click on it. You have to, like, there's not really a reason to look down. So, were the mechanics hard to make? Yeah, I'm not good at coding, so thinking of them wasn't too hard. I was like taking, like thinking about what Fiznom did for his FNAF 2 remake, and what people always complain about when playing FNAF 2. So I had a good idea of what I wanted to change. It was just actually making everything that was hard. Fusion Z, skill issue. Why is my mouse so laggy? Yeah, so he's stuck around longer now than he did on night 1. Oh, yay! Yippee! Another little lore thing is that you can figure out if an animatronic is like actually possessed or not if they breathe. So that's why they make a breathing noise when they look at you, is to like let you know that these guys are actually possessed, unlike the toys. Did I do the sound effects? Most of the sound effects are just actually taken from the other Five Nights at Freddy's games, or like freesound.org and Unity assets. The only stuff, the only sound related stuff I really made was like altering it, adding effects to things and stuff. And then of course Phone Guy was me, because I had to change the dialogue, but I didn't do much of making the sound effects. Like I put, like, which I'll show later on because I promised that I would show Plants vs. Zombies progress, but I'm putting much more effort in my Plants vs. Zombies game, at least with the visuals, than with these games, because with the Plants vs. Zombies game, I have to make everything myself. I can't just find assets online for that. Yeah, the toy animatronics aren't possessed. They are being controlled. So like, for example, Withered Bonnie is controlling Toy Bonnie, but Toy Bonnie isn't like possessed. Well, the baby minigame going to be like the minigames so the the mini games from this point forward are going to be really different, which I might show a bit of. Um, but I'm bad with 2D stuff, which is why the mini games are so broken in this. Um, so the mini games and the rest of the rewritten games from this point forward are going to be PlayStation 1 style, like 90s 3D game type graphics. Like kind of like maybe like Baldi's Basics is like a good thing to compare it to if you guys know that. So like I wanted, cuz like for Withered Bonnie and a lot of the other Withereds, the like when looking at a lot of animatronics in real life, they have a metal framing of their suit, and it felt weird that Bonnie's fabric face was removed, but there was no metal framing to keep that in shape, which implies that his fabric face was just rock hard for it to keep its shape. So that's why I put that framing in there. I also tried to make them look a bit more like Springlock suits because they canonically are, and I'll be adding actual Springlocks on them in an update because I learned about what Springlocks actually look like not too long ago. So I'm going to actually make them accurate. Um, so I might go back and change this game just to add those on the models. Um, but yeah, that's why he's got like the eye discs, because Springtrap has those, and Springtrap is like the only for sure uh, Springlock model we know of that like was modeled with the intent of being a Springlock animatronic. Um, so that's why Withered Bonnie's got the eye discs. Well, at least Scott Cawthon made all the models, which is insane. Like, like that is a lot of work because he used no stock assets, right? So he like every single present box, every single table, every single chair, like everything in that game is made by him, right? Um, so this game, all of the props here I found on the Unity Asset Store for free, and Sketchfab, which is a website where people post models. So the only real stuff I did is what's mentioned in the extras menu, where I just retextured all the characters. I made the plushies and this present box, and that's like all the only original models in this game. Yeah, so in Rewritten, the Withers are Springlock animatronics. They weren't really used as suits ever, but they were technically Springlock animatronics. Have I stopped talking? Yep. Oh my god, I forgot about Toy Freddy. Oh. What about South Park? Is it really, what does that have anything to do with anything? Oh shoot, the music box. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I made that. Why is my mouse like dying? This is not good. My mouse runs out of battery on stream. I'm gonna have to start playing with my mouse pad. My wireless mouse is running out of battery. This is not good. that was Susie. I think I might die. Oi. Okay, I'm good. Whoa. Oh, secret JJ, whoa. Oh. What else is there here to talk about? Oh yeah, originally the looking around was much more free, but because I'm bad at coding, I couldn't figure out how to actually stop you from just turning all the way around 360. So I had to make it locked like that, where you just switch through positions. Alright, we're almost done. And then yeah, we could hear the puppet breathing because the puppet's actually possessed. Who controls Balloon Boy? Foxy controls Balloon Boy. No, there's like a vent, but there's not a there's like an air duct, but not an air duct opening in the office on the ceiling. So it's not like anyone can get in from there, but there is a vent. It's just not like opened. I can't stay here and protect you anymore. I'm sorry. That's what that says. I'm gonna turn on. I don't know why I made the mini puppet. It is like really annoying. Yep, the puppet controls Mangle, which means the puppet did the bite of 87.
Hello, hello. Hey, night 4. I told you you'd get the hang of it. Okay, so just to update you, the police are planning to go back into...
Yeah, so this, like in the last few nights, that's when the lore changes start to come in the phone calls, where he talks about how the police investigation is starting again, and because the way stuff is in normal FNAF 2 is it kind of makes it seem like there's another set of missing children, but also doesn't at the same time. So it's like really weird. So I just made it so that it's clear that it's them figuring out more information about an old investigation. And that's why they're forced to close down, because then the police are going to come look through their storage. So they close down and move stuff around so they can't see that they still have the Spring Bonnie suit, which would imply that they had some association with the murders, which they don't want. probably unmute this now, right? Yeah. Veggie. Also, I think technically the merry-go-round is too big for the for the room. It's like, I think clipping through the... Oh. First death. No minigame. Wasn't paying attention. So FNAF 4 is going to be really different from actual FNAF 4. It's going to be, like, it'll still be classic FNAF gameplay, but each night you'll be in a different place, and the enemies will work a bit differently in each night. But you'll see more about it when
Hello.
I actually
Night 4. I told
start
you you'd
working
get the
on
hang
it.
of it.
Oh yeah, and FNAF 3 or FNAF Rewritten Missing Children will have like proper audio settings and stuff. So then people can like have the volume low and stuff, because that's something some people were complaining about. I don't really have audio settings in any of my games because I thought they were hard to set up, and then I kind of figured out they're not too hard to set up. So I'm going to start putting them in. It would be a hassle to try to put it in the old games because they weren't made with it in mind from the start. But I started FNAF Rewritten Missing Children with the intent of having audio settings. Some of the locations will be in the house, and some of them will be, like, pretty much instead of mini games telling the story of what happens in the day. It's like, actually, okay, I don't want to spoil my own game. I'm gonna not talk about that. I want it to be a cool surprise as people figure out the story. Oh, still so far to go. I think night 4 and 5 might be the most boring nights, because nothing new is introduced, and it's just the same. It's just the same thing from the nights before, but harder. Oh, oh my god. Oh, an actual minigame. Let's see if it's broken. This one, like, doesn't work half the time, and I don't know why. But you can leave a suggestion for a mechanic. Okay, it worked. Yay. If I if I die again, I think I might just skip to night 5 because nothing happens on night 4. It's not worth it. I have to side lock the door to prevent him from coming, and Foxy comes out of the bath. Ooh. I'm not sure if I'll have a bathroom level, but I'll think about that. Okay. Actually, I just thought of something cool I could do. Gonna pause this really quick. So this will be cool. Yeah, I think it's because of my mic being far away. I don't know why it's so quiet. I I sound loud to me, but I might just be my voice bouncing around in my noggin. Okay, this will be cool. Hopefully it works. Yeah, okay. Gonna do that. That. Move that. So this is the editor view on the left, and then the actual gameplay will be on the right. I don't know why the UI is messed up. So you can see like the camera monitor down there moving is like my head. You can see this over here. Trippy. Yeah, you can see like the office stuff disappears when you open the cameras. That was done for optimization. I think one of the worst offenders to the performance being so bad are the models of the balloon strings that I ended up using everywhere. Those are kind of unnecessarily high poly, so I used a much low polyer version for FNAF 3 Rewritten. So hopefully, oh, hello. Oh yeah, you could see what they look like from third perspective. Maybe I'll get like a better view, like that. Actually, it would be cool if like, yeah, this will be cool. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, she's flying. Oh, Shadow Bonnie Easter egg. he also just like... Are there any like other angles you guys would want to see this from? I could try out. I can move the camera wherever you want. Oh. Can move the camera back here and turn lighting off. That might be cool. It's also kind of cheating, I guess, but whatever. Yeah. Oh, that is cool. Okay. I've got to restart this so I don't die to the puppet. Oh. Hello, Chica. Oh. Okay. No. Okay, this is not good. Oh, there's Foxy. Go away, go away. Oh my gosh. Very bad, very bad. Can I have custom night? I don't think they'll have custom night. Not sure if all of them would work well with a custom night. Let's go. If the series gets like really popular and doesn't run into any trouble with Scott, then this is funny what it actually looks like. But if it ends up doing really well and then like Scott doesn't care, I might go back and add custom night to the first one. But probably not. It's so goofy, just the big flat Freddy head. Where's Wither Golden Freddy? Not at this location actually. Golden or the Fredbear suit or Golden Freddy is in their like outside storage, which they eventually move to the FNAF 1 location. So he's not in FNAF 2 at all.
Hello, hello? Hey, good job, night 5. Hey, keep a close eye on things tonight, okay? From what I understand...
Why is Golden Freddy Wither Golden Freddy in FNAF 1? Because it doesn't really make sense for him to be a FNAF 1 style animatronic. He was made around like Fredbear's, since it's the Fredbear suit, right? It would be older than the FNAF 1 suits. So I made him look like his Fredbear's canonical design is Withered Golden Freddy but repaired. in FNAF Rewritten, right? And the withered animatronics were made as an addition to like the Fredbear Band, so they all look very similar in design. But yeah, so that's why he's withered. Also, question: why is Shadow Bonnie a menace? Um, Gameplay wise, because I wanted a cool excuse to get the player to look at every camera, because even though I put Toy Freddy in to do that, you still don't look at any of the party rooms. So, and and then lore reason is because the shadow characters are like physical manifestations, like essentially like similar to what agony is in normal FNAF, where like if enough suffering was caused, the emotions will cause a physical representation of that suffering, and that's what the shadow animatronics are. And then that that shadow thing will try to rebalance the suffering that was caused by like by either causing oh by causing suffering to like the perpetrator, like whoever did the suffering. Um, so because on night 6 you are the son of William Afton, the universe feels like if it kills you, it will balance out the evil that was caused by William, which then we'll see in FNAF Rewritten Missing Children. The Shadow Bonnie
Hello? Hey, good job, Night
helps
5.
them kill William, because that's like it's trying to bring balance to stuff, but it's not really doing a good job. Yeah, not in Rewritten. I don't think I'm gonna have anyone actually die in Springlock failures other than William and the missing children. It'll be like in Missing Children, you'll hear about like people getting hurt in Springlock suits and narrowly surviving, but I want to make sure all of the deaths are important. And it's also weird for them to be Springlock victims. Like, if are they just ghosts then, or are they possessing something? Like, then it like implies weird stuff about how ghosts work if they're actual ghosts instead of just like some other supernatural force. Actually, hold on. Maybe I can just skip to the end of the night. Where is the clock? Because nothing really happens during the night. It's just the Mangle cutscene that I want to see. Canvas, is this it? I think it is. Yep. Is that? Hold on, let me. Okay. So if I set it to 3. No. Okay, I can't just cheat. Damn. I'll push that back away. what made me want to make the Rewritten series. I talked about it a bit earlier, but it's like being unhappy with Security Breach, and then being like, wonder what the series would be like if it just stuck with the haunted pizzeria stuff, you know, instead of having sci-fi. Oh my gosh. Click on the mask. There we go. Ah, Balloon Boy. I think if I die, I'm just gonna go straight to extras. There's really not much for me to talk about that's left. So, I'll just go to extras. Talk about stuff there. Alright, I'm going to extras. And then we can move on to what I'm assuming most people are here for, a little preview of FNAF Rewritten Missing Children. Okay. Extras. And I'll just no clip around to make it faster. But oh, there we go. So yeah, as this is here, I used the models from Steel Wool and then retextured them in Substance Painter. This guy is just like someone repaired the like Spring Bonnie model that was found in the like the incomplete Spring Bonnie model that was found in the files of Help Wanted. Someone took it and repaired it, so I just got that and made it all black and put the stuff. This is actually like cutouts of a picture of Matthew Lillard because he plays William. These guys are just I made Mangle's endoskeleton look like it's made of plastic, so it's like clearly different than these guys' metal ones, even though it has like the similar shapes. Here are all the phone calls. And then the notes that Jeremy took at the end of all of his shifts during the week that Mike then reads and figures out. Like, he reads these notes and then he's like, okay, maybe my brother's still around somewhere. Maybe I can like try to make things right. And that's what puts him on his little journey. Okay, rewritten Missing Children time. I'll put some music on while it's loading. Just the FNAF 6, whatever. Alrighty. Everything working okay? Oh yeah, FNAF 3 ambience. Maybe if I have to do it again. So the office is like the most incomplete part of the environment here. So it's like not much decoration in here. So most of the game we're in here, and we can use the cameras. I have like Springtrap and stuff turned off. Shout out to the cupcake. Yeah, I have Springtrap and like the hallucinations turned off to avoid spoilers and stuff that doesn't work. So these are the cameras, and you can play sounds just like and you use those to lure Springtrap around. And you will need to go places to repair things, and you need to make sure that Springtrap won't kill you on your way. So like, let's say I know I have to go from here to here. I have to keep Springtrap here before I close the cameras and then run out and try to do it. So I'll give you guys a tour of Fazbear Frights. Actually, I'll start from the entrance, like as if it's like an actual tour. So the front entrance isn't modeled all the way. It's just like a hallway right now because it's not on the cameras, so I didn't prioritize it. But just imagine that there's just like a front desk and double doors. And then now... Okay. So this is the first room. So it's like a linear, like... So this is what you would be like if you were walking through as a guest. So you come in, and Springtrap will be on the stage. Oh yeah. These guys. And then you walk into parts and service. Just the endo that spooked on the camera and plushies and stuff, because they don't really have... They used all their animatronic parts on these guys. And then down here, now we're in the arcade with the carousel, Bonnie's guitar solo, the FNAF 2 arcade machines. And then now, this is like a sipping room, a chica, a lot of pizza boxes. And then now, it's the night guard office. Look at, there's a night guard in there doing his work. And then here are like the doors that they couldn't get working, but they still have them from the FNAF 1 location. Freddy spooks them as they turn the corner as we enter into Pirate's Cove. And then we have a little foxy box right here. And then a maze of checkers. The prize room as people leave with the puppet jump scare, and this isn't the actual puppet mask, which you can tell because it has ears. It's one of the replicas from the back room that you can see in FNAF Rewritten 87. And then we're back at the entrance where they would leave. So that's the whole attraction. Springtrap's gonna prank him. Sorry if you guys can hear the dog barking in the background. But going back to the office... Oh my gosh, okay, there we go. Going back to the office... The computer has, of course, the cameras that you can use the audio lures on, but it also has this, which I won't show a lot of because it's not only... Oh my gosh, dog's going crazy. But it's not... Oh my gosh, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see why the dog's freaking out. Okay, everything's alright. Okay, so here's a little, like, very small sneak peek of what the minigames will look like because I haven't really worked on them much. There's still a long way to go, and I also don't want to spoil anything. But here's just a little bit. And I think that's all I could show before we get into both really unfinished areas and spoiler territory. Okay. So now the other thing I promised, because I haven't like given any updates on my Plants vs Zombies game. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now the dog's just sad. It's fine. Okay. So my Plants vs Zombies game is loading. Will the minigames be triggered the same way as in FNAF 3? No, it'll just be like the game, there's the game on the computer, right? And the phone guy will be like, you can play that if you want to pass the time, right? Because there will be time where you don't have to worry about Springtrap and stuff like that, right? So, um, so while you're playing the game, you'll realize like, oh, spooky things are happening. It's telling me a story. Oh my gosh, why is she so upset? Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see why the dog is so upset. Okay, now I'm loading up my PVZ game. So this has got like this is gonna have like a big visual overhaul that I'm working on right now. Before a lot of the visual assets in the game. Okay, that music is too loud. But before a lot of the visual assets in the game were made in very lazy ways that caused them to look kind of bad. But as I've been learning more about game development, I'm like, it's actually easier and looks better and will run better if I just do it the right way. So there's going to be there's a big visual update that I'm working on that I'll show off here. Okay, I'm just going to pretend my dog isn't barking now. There's like an animal outside. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to skip the tutorial. So this is the new front lawn. Like, for those who don't know what the game looks like now, this probably isn't too much of a... Oh my gosh, okay. Hold on. My dog is like really... Oh, oops, accidentally restarted the level. But I'm gonna like... I'll be back. This is not good. Okay, she'll probably bark again, but there's literally nothing I can do, so I'll just pretend it's not happening. So yeah, this is the improved front lawn. The house is fully modeled. We've got the garage. There's better materials. The sidewalk is all cool. We've got a mailbox. And the street names are still the names of the PVZ1 artists. Got fence posts. Street stuff. This is all new and like looks better, remastered. Maybe I can like... Oh. I forgot that the game is actually working. Maybe I'll play a bit for people who haven't seen the game before. But it's just Plants vs. Zombies 2, but like first person, like you're on the lawn. And then, since this is just a tutorial, there's not much of a reason to play through the whole thing. But the backyard is also partially modeled, because there will be hopefully pool levels in modern day when I get there. So that's why this is fully modeled. And I'll just skip to Egypt. Egypt. There we go. This is not Egypt. Oh, the game was still running. Okay. Egypt. So Egypt looks really different for those who know what it looked like before. So the player has like an actual, it's not just the normal house but recolored, it's like an actual Egypt themed structure. And then there's like all the rubble and pots, and then the actual like, yeah, Plants vs. Zombies is fun. And then like the pyramid with the big zombie head. It's kind of all the show. I don't have to play through the whole level. And then pirates. So the ship comes like usual. So this is the player's ship. It's like more like tugboat-like. And then the zombie one got an upgrade. The cannons are like actually modeled nicely. And then these cannons are the ones that fire the imps. And I think that's kind of all I need to show. Now, Wild West, which is the one I'm most happy with in the remaster. It's a bit yellow right now because of the post-processing I'm trying out, but it might be less yellow in the final update. Yeah, the wagon is very upgraded with the little sunflower in it. The rocks are like actually look like desert rocks. There's like a cool archway. There's cacti everywhere. And then the town itself is like has a lot of wear and tear. The ghost town. That was dumb. That should not be there. But yeah, there's like dirt piles and yeah. So that's Wild West. Oh yeah, and then the old models for the town I used as like a tiny faraway town up there. Actually, I could just go in-game. And then Frostbite Caves, I just finished. So the world map obviously isn't updated. Yeah, the player house is really nice. It looks like it was carved out of stone. The zombie cave. Oh, my mouse is dying. This is not good. All the ice is a bit more reflective. Yeah, there's icicles. And then the Lost City level isn't done, but I could show what I have so far. So the rocks and cliffs, those are still the old version. I still want to remake those. But yeah, the actual like pyramids are remade and they've got vines growing on them, which is very cool. The player house. And then these are like actual 3D. Got like crooked bricks and stuff. And it's the same on the other side. Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of it. Oh yeah, there's vines, I guess. That wasn't there before. Alright. Have a good night. I'm pretty much done as well. Unless there's something I'm forgetting about. I mean, I did. Rewritten developer commentary, showed PVZ2 progress, and gave a sneak peek of Rewritten. That's all I said I would do, so I guess we're kind of done. I'll look if there's anything else that's worth showing. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, and if you guys like the stuff I make, you guys should check out the Steam game I've been working on. My friend and I, my friend does like programming, so like obviously I probably wouldn't sell a game. I would program with what I know now. But my friend who's really good with programming and he focuses more on game design. He started working on this really cool puzzle game, and then I did all the graphics for it. We've been working on it for like 2 years, and if you guys want to support me and my work, you guys should check it out, wishlist it, and then buy it when it releases. I could show. Yeah, this is it. Internal. We can like watch the trailer as like the last thing. Oh. It's very short. It's just like a little teaser, but it's like a puzzle game about VR, but it's not a VR game. Yeah, go wishlist if you guys are interested. Even if you don't buy it, wishlisting helps because then it'll boost it in like Steam's algorithm or whatever, and then other people will see it. But yeah, I think that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And oops. And I have no idea when I'll do another one of these, but hopefully this isn't the last one. I'll probably play Rewritten 3 on stream when that comes out. Or FNAF Rewritten Missing Children. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Gonna end the stream.